What up, y'all? How's it going? Ben Dean here, and for today's video I teamed up with Talk to Me in Korean to bring you guys a pretty crazy giveaway, if I do say so myself. This is actually the first giveaway I'm doing on my channel, so yeah, I'm really excited about this. Anyway, a lot of you guys probably already know about Talk to Me in Korean, but for those of you who don't, they are basically a company slash website slash YouTube channel that teaches Korean to people all around the world. And in my experience, in my personal opinion, one of the best, if not the best resource that the average person can use to learn the Korean language. A lot of people would say that the best way to learn a new language is to completely immerse yourself in that culture and live in that country, but for most people that's not possible with the time and the money and the resources it takes. But with Talk to Me in Korean, as long as you have internet, then you're good to go. Before I came to Korea for the very first time, just for vacation, I wanted to learn the alphabet, and I wanted to learn a couple words and phrases just to be able to get around. And I looked on the internet for a long time. I looked on YouTube and I saw a lot of different stuff. Talk to Me in Korean was definitely the best thing that I found because they make it really simple but also really in-depth and fun at the same time. So I would highly recommend them. A lot of you guys are probably thinking at this point, Ben Dean, how much are they paying you to make this video? Absolutely nothing. I've been following them for years now, and I would consider myself a fan of what they're doing. And I actually got to meet some of the people who worked there a couple months ago, which was great. And yeah, just to be in the position to work with this other YouTube channel and company and website that I've been looking up to for a long time is just an awesome experience and an honor, really. So they did send me their whole collection of books though for free, which is pretty crazy because this is like $300 worth of books. And they do have a bunch of free resources, everything on their YouTube channel and on their website as well. So if you just want to study for free, then that's completely fine. But if you want to get more in depth with it as well, then yeah, they have a bunch of different books. They do have some ebooks as well, I believe, but this is right now their entire collection of physical books. And this is also the prize for the giveaway. This whole collection of books will be sent out to not only one person but two different people anywhere in the world. I'll talk about the details of the giveaway as well as mention a little promotion, a spring discount that they're having at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. But I'm not going to just make this video about the giveaway. I'm also going to look through all these books and relate them to my experience learning Korean. I can tell you guys what I think would be extra useful, or give you guys any tips or tricks if they come up. And yeah, let's just get started with it. The first book up here is called Become a Hangul Master. So the Korean alphabet system is called Hangul, and they say that it's the most scientific and easy to learn writing system, reading system in the world. And I would honestly agree with that. I don't know if you need an entire book to learn Hangul. Personally, I learned it through Talk to Me in Korean, a resource that they had, and it was very simple. It took me a few hours, if I remember right. This book, though, doesn't only teach you how to write and read and speak when it comes to the alphabet, but it also gives you a lot of handwritten examples, so you can practice reading and writing in the handwriting of actual Korean people. This is definitely where you want to start out when you're learning Korean. Definitely go out and learn the alphabet. Like I said, it won't take too long. And if you go through this whole book, I think you'll definitely become a Hangul master. So the next 5 books here are just the regular curriculum, level 1 through 5. They have this stuff on their website as well. Looking through these books and looking at their curriculum and comparing it to the curriculum at the Korean language school where I studied at, it is very similar. I thought the Korean language school would give you more grammar points or more key phrases and stuff like that, but it is actually very, very similar. So level 1 here starts off with how to say very simple things like hello and thank you, stuff that everyone should know. By the end of it, you will be able to put together simple sentences and be able to really survive in Korea, I believe. And then it just gets more in depth from there. By the end of level 5, you'll definitely be able to put together some decently long sentences and pretty much communicate most of what you want to say. When it comes to the grammar, as long as you know the vocabulary that comes along with that, which I will get to here in a second. The next 4 books here are workbooks that go along with this. This is important because you want to actually be practicing, like actively using the language that you're learning. This is something that I also had at my language program. We had workbooks as well as just the textbook type of thing, and the workbooks really help to, you know, get you thinking in Korean, get you writing and reading in Korean as well. Another thing I should mention real quick is that all these books and the resources are in English, which is another difference from my language program. In my language program, the teachers spoke basically 100% in Korean. All the students were supposed to speak in Korean as well, which some would argue is a good thing. It'll help your listening skills, it'll help just the immersion factor. But I gotta tell you, there were many times when the teachers just spoke very fast and I didn't catch a grammar point or a certain point because I just didn't hear what they said. There were plenty of times where I thought, man, I wish someone would just explain this to me in English. So yeah, that's another good thing about this. Some people would say that, you know, only doing it in Korean is better. Some people would say only doing it in English is better. I think a mix is probably the best. Yeah, so these workbooks are, I would say, pretty essential to actually use what you learn in a practical way. This is called Korean Phrasebook for Travelers. This is basically giving you things that you need to know if you're on vacation, when you're asking about things or ordering things on a menu or taking a taxi or whatever. This is also similar. This is Survival Korean, and it's basically all the essentials that you need to live here. I know plenty of people who live here and don't really speak any Korean at all, and to be honest, they're fine. They don't have any problems getting around or ordering. It might be a little bit awkward if they are pointing at everything and saying like "to," you know what I'm saying, when you're ordering something. But a lot of people I know also just know a little bit of Korean, basically survival Korean, and I feel like that they have a much better experience living here. Just because it makes things a lot easier. It shows the people that you're interacting with that you are trying to learn the language. So yeah, if you're gonna be like teaching English here, I think this would be a very good start. Or if you're just traveling, I think these two books are very good. This is another little simple book here. It's called My Daily Routine in Korea. Everyone has things that they do from day to day, taking a shower, eating, waking up, all that kind of stuff. I don't usually talk about difficult subjects like politics or whatever, but it's really interesting how often you use very basic, really day-to-day phrases and words, and that's what this is all about. A lot of people ask me if I think in Korean, and when it comes to stuff like this, my daily routine, stuff that I do every day, eating, showering, going to sleep, taking a nap, that is stuff that I tend to think in Korean more often. Alright, next up, two books here. This is a set of books called The Korean Verbs Guide, Volume 1 and Volume 2. In total, it has 100 different verbs that you will use a lot. My whole thought is that you can learn the grammar perfectly, but if you don't know that many verbs or nouns and just vocabulary in general, then you might have a hard time. So yeah, this is definitely necessary to study along with all the grammar, as well as these two books right here. These are vocabulary books. Like I just mentioned, you need the vocabulary to put together sentences. This is something that I don't think is really on their website. The last time I used their website, and I just was doing it for free, I didn't find a list of verbs or vocabulary that they thought were important and that they put into a list that I could study. So this is where it's at. I'm not sure if they changed that. I like these books because they have a lot of pictures in them, and I'm a sucker for that, but it's also just like really well laid out. Yeah, and this isn't just vocabulary. It's not just like list of words that you can study. They also throw in sentences so you can practice your grammar along with learning the words and vocabulary as well, because everyone knows vocabulary is kind of dull, just memorizing words. So yeah, I think this is a good way to do it. I remember back when I was studying Korean, they would just give us huge lists of words. I don't know, maybe sometimes 50 or 100 to learn every day, and for me, that was just not a fun way of learning. This is a lot more fun and interactive way of doing it, I feel like. Korean slang expressions, this is the next one. This is something that I really want to look at because I don't know a ton of slang. That's something that they didn't really teach at the school that I went to, but you know, everyone uses slang in every country, right? This will get you really sounding like a natural Korean speaker. This isn't something that you might need if you're just starting out, unless you want to learn like very Korean style slang that you want to write on the internet or something in a comment box and sound Korean. Korean Q&A sentence patterns. This is full of questions and answers, how to answer or ask a question naturally, a lot of in-depth stuff that relates to actual like real situations. So this is nice. Everyday Korean idiomatic expressions. This is 100 expressions you can't live without. This is another thing that I'm gonna have to study. There are a ton of expressions that in every language that don't really make sense if you think about it. For example, like it's raining cats and dogs. Like, what does that mean? Like, this is also something that's not really for a beginner necessarily. This is something that you really kind of should know if you want to really get in depth with the language. Yeah, I'm gonna probably have to study up on this book as well, because there's a ton of expressions that just kind of go right over my head. The last book here is News in Korean. I struggle with this. This is another one I'm gonna have to look at, because news in Korean can be very difficult to listen to if you're not very advanced, because they speak very, very formally, the highest level of formality in Korean. Something that you might hear at a very like official corporate event or in the army or something. And it really does sound different than everyday normal speech. Like sometimes I'll be watching the news or it'll just come on and I'll be like, what the heck are they even talking about? This is something that will definitely help you out. But again, this is something that's like not really for beginners. So overall, my thoughts are that these books are really helpful. It depends where you're at exactly. You know, if you're just beginning, then you might want some of these basic ones, or like level 1, level 2, level 3 especially. Those will get you talking and thinking and speaking, writing, reading Korean. These ones toward the top here that I talked about last, like the news in Korean and idiomatic expressions and stuff like that. Maybe if you're more advanced, those books would be right for you. But overall, I think this is a great package. Alright, well that's pretty much it for these books. I hope I did give you some decent advice or tips. Hopefully you got some good info out of that and you could relate to my experiences a little bit. Now I'll talk a little bit about the giveaway. So like I said, this whole set, their complete collection of books, will be sent out to 2 different people, and there are no restrictions for where you live or anything like that. But what you have to do to be eligible to win is leave a comment on this video and make it a comment about, you know, why these books would be helpful, maybe your experience learning Korean, you know, just make it a good comment. And last thing is, you have to be subscribed to both my channel and Talk to Me in Korean's YouTube channel as well. They have a ton of subscribers, way more than me, so yeah, they've been doing some big things over there. I will be checking on that, so yeah, be sure to subscribe. I forgot to mention the length of this giveaway. This giveaway is going to be going on for 10 days until March 2nd, and that's when I will be picking the winners. So you guys have plenty of time to write a good comment and go over and subscribe to my channel and Talk to Me in Korean's channel as well. Even if you don't have any interest in learning Korean at all, you might have a friend or a relative or a coworker who is, so definitely go send them over to this video and Talk to Me in Korean's channel. And lastly, they are having a spring discount kind of sale type of thing starting today and going until the 28th, so from the 20th until the 28th. So go check out their store as well, where you can find all these books. I'll leave links to all their stuff and all their info in the description below, so go check them out. And yeah, I guess all I can say now is good luck. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.